7 minutes to 8 is the time. The story's following the brother-sister duo Charlie and Lola. First hit bookshelves 25 years ago. They've since gone on to become a television favourite for children.
Now, after 7 years, a new original story has been published to celebrate their anniversary. We're
going to talk to author Lauren Child in just a moment. First, take a look at the characters in action.
I have this little sister Lola. She is small and very funny. Ba-dee-da. Sometimes Mum and Dad ask me to help give Lola her dinner. This is a hard job because Lola is a very fussy eater.
Lauren's with us now. Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
25 years.
I know, it's gone in a flash, really. But yes, it's 25 years since the first book, which you just showed a clip from, and 20 years since the TV show.
When you first wrote Charlie and Lola, just remind us, who was it for?
Who is it for?
Yeah. Who did you have in mind, the story of Charlie and Lola?
I really wanted to talk about the tiniest things in a child's life that are actually very big when you're very little. And it seemed important to remind us that, you know, trying your first tomato can be quite a challenge when you're little.
I've never figured out I haven't read it, but I haven't. The first book was, and you have to explain to me what this means. I will not ever, never eat a tomato. Will she eat a tomato or won't she eat a tomato?
She won't eat a tomato, but she will eat a moon squirter. So it's the fact that her brother Charlie is really brilliant at sort of persuading her that if you look at it differently, it'll taste different.
What was the big thing, the little thing that seemed huge to you when you were a little girl?
Well, food definitely did, and going to other people's houses and having lunch at their house, I found really, you know, worrying because you didn't know what you were going to get. And I knew how my mum cooked, but I didn't know how someone else's parent cooked. And so I felt that was a really good starting point to talk about children and the way they think about things. But also, I had a big sister, a bit like Charlie, who was incredibly supportive. So she was really helpful to me, and that was another big subject in the stories, that you see that they're very kind to each other, and that seemed a nice thing to
absolutely
mention.
On the kindness front, you live in the real world. Do you think we're kinder than we were? I mean, if you look back to when you started writing those books, and maybe the world you wanted to live in, and what you see now, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, that's a very big question.
Well,
yeah.
It's interesting because you write lovely, charming children's books, and we live in the world we live in now. And I just wonder whether you think about those things much.
Of course I do. They're all about those things, actually. So, in all my books, there's a lot of thought-provoking things, very much in the Clarice Bean series, where I really enjoy writing about real life and what is magical and special in real life and all the incidental things. But there's also a lot of really big pressures and worries for children and anxieties. And so even with the Christmas book, I'm Wishing Every Minute for Christmas, which is the one that's just come out, Charlie and Lola one. Actually, it's about thinking about what it's like for a tiny child to wait that long and manage that waiting and all the anticipation of Christmas.
And also making sure, I think there's a responsibility for carers, making sure it lives up to expectations, because I don't think Christmas always does in that sense.
Of course it doesn't. It's really, it can create this sort of feverish panic, I think, in
and
children.
that overwhelming, you know, the presents, if you're fortunate enough to have presents under the tree, and then that overwhelming thing of what do you choose first? If you're lucky to have more than one, you know, what do you choose first? And show that you like them and tell everyone that you like what that Santa's delivered.
That's true. And what if you don't get anything? And there is all of that, and I'm very aware of that. It's also true that Christmas now begins just after the summer holidays, so there's just too much of the commercial. And
Lauren, say with the new book, this book you have now, who do you read it to first, out loud? Is it
myself?
Who's your tester? Yourself. So you read it to yourself.
Yeah.
But the first time you say it to someone else, do you do that thing where have you got someone?
Oh, I have a brilliant editor.
I had a picture of a child listening to it rather.
No, children will often say what they think they want you,
Ouch.
to hear, and so you have to be careful about that. But I read it over and over to myself because it has to have that beautiful rhythm and it has to have pace. But yeah, if you work with good people, my editor, my designer, etc., they comment for me.
I think it must be quite a nice thing to kind of be in a child's mindset a lot of the time. Just because it keeps it simple sometimes, doesn't it?
Oh, I don't know about that. I think I think children are highly sophisticated thinkers, and I think they think very deeply. And so everything that's going on, they are feeling and channeling. So it's about telling the truth in a way that can comfort and reassure and restore hope for them.
As always, the imagery in the book is absolutely beautiful as well. Lovely to see you this morning. Thank you, Marion.
Thank you.
The book is I'm Wishing Every Minute for Christmas, and it's out now.
We'll be back shortly with the headlines. Find out what's happening where you are.